Alright, this is Jason with the Primal Outdoors channel, and I have been sick all week. I'm finally starting to feel a bit better, so I thought I'd sneak out for a little one-night adventure. I ran into a guy on the way up here and he warned me about this corner. Apparently he had got stuck here last night and they had just got his rig out today. I went out and I walked it a little bit and checked it out and thought maybe I could go up on the high side, but once I started kind of going up in there, I found that the snow was just a little bit deeper than I thought and the truck was starting to spin pretty bad. Plus the snow is really wet. If the snow was cold and fresh, it wouldn't be that bad. Even though it's only about, I'd say 10 to 12 inches deep, with it being this wet, it's just real heavy and really slick underneath. It just basically turns to ice underneath. So I got up there and it didn't seem to go. And then as I was starting to back out, it started to throw me sideways a little bit. And I thought, let's just not even mess with this. Let's just get out of this spot and we'll go a little bit lower, find a place to camp down there. It's just not worth getting stuck up here. All right, so you guys know that I was kind of complaining about the hose setup that I had on my little propane cylinder last weekend. So what I decided to do was get a splitter and a longer hose and then just use one of my bigger RV propane tanks outside. With the splitter, this will give me the opportunity to also have my little Coleman stove out here and be able to run off this tank. I think this will just make a whole lot more sense than having that smaller tank, which was working fine and it's still a good setup. But I got to thinking that if I was going longer term, that tank wouldn't last me but more than maybe a couple of nights, whereas I can run off this tank and be able to run both my propane appliances for quite some time. All right, so we've come down to this creek that we're camped next to, and I've set the camera up and I've got a composition that I'm really liking. Now I've tried a couple different compositions. I tried one where I was in the creek itself, kind of shooting straight at it, but I just didn't like the way the creek flowed through the photograph. So what I did is I just moved over a little bit onto this far bank, and now the creek is flowing from the bottom right and it comes across the image over to the left into like the left third, and then starts to flow back to the center, and I just think it really draws the eye nicely through the image. And there's two deciduous bunches of trees on each side that are kind of just a little off center, but kind of help lead you right up through the creek in the photograph. And to me it just looks nice, and I like the way it's coming out. But I want the creek to have that kind of blurred, dreamy look that you see a lot of times when you're seeing waterfall pictures or that. So what I've done is added my Nisi filter system, and I put my 5-stop ND filter in there, and that put me down to an 8-second exposure, so that way I could get that really nice blurred water. But I do have a little bit of sky in this picture as well, and the sky is obviously brighter than the creek area down below, so I added my 3-stop graduated soft grad filter as well, so that way I could bring that exposure down in the sky a little bit more and be able to keep the exposure on the creek and everything where I need it. But I'm gonna go ahead and get this shot. Now again, I'm gonna use the Nikon focus shift shooting feature in the camera, because I want everything to be in focus from as close as we can see all the way out as far as we can see. Well, it's turning out to be a really nice morning. It's still fairly cloudy, but the sun's been kind of making an appearance here and there, and temperature-wise, not bad at all, things considering, which is nice because, like I said, I'd been sick all last week and kind of cooped up in the house, so it was really nice to kind of get out here and just have an opportunity to spend some time outdoors. Plus, it gave me the opportunity to try out the new propane adapters and stuff like that, and so far I'm really happy with that, and I think that's going to be a lot better solution for me moving forward. But I am going to start packing up now and start looking on heading out. I think I will spend some more time up here off camera today and just maybe poke around and shoot a little bit more landscape photography. Anyhow, I hope you guys did enjoy this video, and if you did, please leave a like and a comment. It really does help the channel, and it really does motivate me to want to continue to create more content like this. I hope you guys have a great weekend, and I'll see you guys again outside.